Disneyland is turning 70, and they are doing so much for the celebration that you'll probably miss out on part of it, but not if I can help it. I'm here to talk you through everything there is to see at Disneyland's 70th anniversary so that you don't miss a single thing, or so you can live vicariously through me if you won't make it for the party. We're even going to talk about one thing that everyone is walking right past that just might be my favorite part of the event, so don't miss it. Let's dive in. Welcome to my hotel balcony. I'm no longer at Disneyland, but I'm still very close. You may be able to see Incredicoaster behind me. There she is. I spent the last few days previewing all of the 70th anniversary Disneyland options. Thank you, Disney, for having me for a preview. And as of now, they are available in the park. Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebrations began on May 16th and will run through summer of 2026. So let's talk about everything there is to see. There was a lot. And the first thing that will catch your eye are probably gonna be the decorations. All of Disneyland is decked out. Super exciting decorations, and the creative team shared that their inspiration for these decorations was a big party. Colorful, fun, exciting, as compared to the 60th anniversary of Disneyland 10 years ago, or the recent 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. Those were a little more upscale, fancy, sleek, but they wanted this to be fun. So the inspiration behind Disneyland's 70th is the biggest party you can think of. So that's the vibe of the decorations. They're colorful, they're big and bubbly. It's a lot of fun. Of course, Disneyland Park is what is actually turning 70, but you can see decorations all around Disneyland Resort, at the hotels, and at Disney California Adventure as well. And of course, through downtown Disney. Make sure to have your cameras ready because a lot of the decorations were made with selfies and photos in mind. So there's lots of opportunity for photo ops. The centerpiece of decoration is this contemporary 50-foot sculpture inspired by Sleeping Beauty Castle. It sits in the Esplanade, so you will see it whichever park you're entering. It is there. It's huge, it looks awesome in the sunlight, and the characters have their own decorations as well. Many of the characters have brand new Disneyland 70th outfits, and these are party style outfits. They look fun, they're super colorful, and they even have some nods to other outfits the characters might wear. For instance, Mickey's jacket has nods to his Sorcerer Mickey jacket. If you're wanting to see the characters in their new outfits, look out for them at Town Square right when you enter Disneyland, or in one of the cavalcades we're going to talk about later. Some of the characters in this cavalcade make Mickey look boring. Pretty cool, rare characters. So when I arrived for the media event, one of the first things we got to check out is a preview of the food and drink and the merchandise that is going to be coming for Disneyland 70th. Food and drink wise, there are over 70 items coming to the park. They kind of did a 70 for 70 vibe. Now, some of these food and drink items are a little more celebratory, just exciting for the party, while others are actually inspired by Disney food and drink options from the past. So a lot of chili stuff. You know, Walt's a big chili guy, like tuna melts, prawns, which are shrimp, but they called them prawns back in the day. Some stuff even goes so far as to be actual recreations of things that were literally on the menu at restaurants that no longer exist in Disneyland. So that is my favorite aspect of this, is you can kind of live in the past a little bit with the food and drink. Also, there's something kind of nightmarish. They have released an interactive, motion-capable Mickey Mouse popcorn bucket. And it reminds me a little bit of Chucky, but nicer. As long as your Mickey popcorn bucket doesn't pick up a knife, I think you're cool. But he is kind of scary. When you turn him on, his head goes. And then if you say, "Hey, Mickey," he goes. I'm Mickey Mouse. He's creepy. The weirdest part of it is that once he says that, you know, you're like interacting with your little Mickey friend, and then you're supposed to open up the back of his head and eat popcorn out from where his brain would be. It's just an interesting design for a popcorn bucket, and I know that a lot of popcorn buckets look like this, but they don't usually move and talk to me. So it's kind of like when you eat a fish with or without its head. Oh, that's upsetting. And of course, to commemorate, they have rolled out a lot of merch. There are 4 different merchandise collections. You've got the Celebration Collection, which is a classic Disney park style. You've got the Castle Collection, inspired by Sleeping Beauty Castle. The Vault Collection, this is always my favorite. The Vault Collection is when they make merchandise inspired by merchandise and attractions of the past. And the Vault Collection stuff is always so cool. The best part about it is that every time they do a Vault Collection, they roll it out in phases. So new phases and new nods to the past show up every time they release a new phase. Jumping in here to interrupt Quincy in the hotel. The merch is really good. I bought this sweatshirt here. I think this is so cool. How neat is this? And I did not need to buy this, but I did. Then there is the Disneyland Resort 70th Anniversary Walt Disney Nostalgia Collection. This collection is inspired by items that Walt might have actually had on his desk and just inspired by Walt Disney in general. So that is a very, very neat collection, especially for collectors. Now, within that first celebration collection, there are two standout items I want to talk about specifically. One is the new bubble wand. So this bubble wand is unlike any bubble wand they've had before because you can buy hats for it. And when you put a hat on the bubble wand, it gets that character's voice. So if you've got the Donald hat on the bubble wand, when you blow bubbles and press the sound button, Donald speaks. If you put the Stitch hat on, you press the button, you blow bubbles, Stitch speaks. Now, I believe the hats are sold separately from the actual bubble wand, so just keep in mind, your kiddo might be going crazy for this one. So steer them clear if you don't want to end up buying a bunch of bubble wand hats. And then their big standout star merchandise item for this is the Disneyland key. This is a really unique souvenir because it is an interactive experience that you can do in the park during the 70th celebration. Is there a bug on my glasses? I need to clean these. This key to Disneyland is $59.99 and unlocks a bunch of fun, unlocks, because it's a key, around Disneyland Park. Basically, while you're exploring Disneyland, you'll look for the 70th lock that is found around the lands. Once you find it, you will put your key in the lock and it will reveal an icon, a little lighting effect, and some music coming from your key. As you collect all of the icons, they will reveal themselves along the key with different light, different sound effects. And once you have all of them, you get to go find the completion Mickey Topiary. This Mickey Topiary is going to be right near the front of the park. And when you go, once you have all of those icons and insert your key in the lock, it will unlock a final, exciting, celebratory finale on your key where it plays music and the lights light up, and then a secret compartment will open to reveal one of 9 commemorative Disneyland 70th pins. This, I think, is really the star of this, which, yes, that is a $60 pin, but those pins are gonna be rare. The pin collectors are gonna go wild for those because trying to get a set of 9, you'd have to have 9 keys. And then you might not even you might double up and get the same pins. It's gonna be impossible to get a set of 9 of these. So that pin is really where the drama's at. You can do this all in one day, or you can do it over the course of many visits as long as you do it during the 70th celebration until next year. And if you turn your key off, it remembers your progress. It's not like you're going to lose your Main Street USA icon. Now, another thing that you might want to do during your 70th celebration is vote for World of Color to change the show. As you may know, World of Color is the stunning fountain, lighting, laser, fire effect show that happens in Disney California Adventure. This show is a fan favorite for a reason. It is incredible. Whether you're watching it from in the park or from outside of the park, your hotel has a view of it, it's incredible. You have to see World of Color. There are different versions of World of Color, and there is a new one for the 70th that I got to see and I'll tell you about. But one thing that is so special about this new show is that you can actually vote to change the show. Now, World of Color Happiness is hosted by Joy and the other Inside Out emotions, and you can vote for one of the emotions to have a spotlight in the show. Your options are gonna be sadness, envy, disgust, and anger. I voted for disgust, but anger won and had a little bit of a spotlight in the show. But during your Disney day, make sure to check out the Disneyland app prior to the first showing of World of Color to vote and make your voice heard over which emotion you would like to see spotlighted. Having our disgust vote registered and crossing our fingers that she is who we see in the show tonight, we can check out a parade that was debuted for Pixar Fest and is back for the Disneyland 70th celebration. This is Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration. Featuring more than 24 characters from Pixar animation films, Pixar fans are not gonna wanna miss this parade. And get this, it is one of 2 parades running concurrently at Disneyland Resort at this time. So there's one at the day and one at night. We'll talk about it. This parade is really fun. It's got a lot of really party forward floats. Four Town is here. There's a Luca float. It is a super cute parade that Pixar fans will love. Definitely go see it. But enough about parades for now. We gotta talk about some changes to the rides. 2 rides have gotten some pretty exciting changes for the 70th. Toy Story Midway Mania does have a 70th overlay where it seems that Andy has put these sparkly 70th stickers all around the game. And if you see a Target that has a 70th sticker, you might get some extra points when you're competing with your family. Don't tell them I told you. It's a Small World has had 2 relatively significant changes that I am so excited about. For one, they have added Miguel and his Alebrije Dante to the Mexico section right in front of the Marigold Bridge. I love this because one thing I love about the Disneyland It's a Small World is the change they made a few years back to add Disney characters to the scenes. They have added them in the traditional It's a Small World style, and it makes for a fun little scavenger hunt when you're on the ride, looking for characters that you recognize in these massive and exciting scenes. And they have added the final verse of It's a Small World that you may have seen going viral a while back. It is a very wonderful verse by the Sherman Brothers that has been added to the attraction as well. Okay, I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about the next thing. There's a new show, and I'm embarrassed by how much I liked it. Probably my second favorite thing that I got to see, which is wild. That's not true. That's not true. It wasn't my second. I loved it, okay? I loved it. Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live. This is a show that is obviously aimed at your littler kids. The Disney Junior crowd is what this show is aimed at. And I've seen many a Disney Junior show in my time. The Play Disney sing and dance along show, I see that all the time. These shows do not feel that fun when you're a grown-up, or if you're taking your little kiddo in as a parent. It's fun to see your kiddo have fun, but it might not be so fun to watch the show itself. They have changed that with this show. I loved this. Now, I'm not saying as a grown-up go and pop a squat on the ground and watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live, but I am saying if you have a kid with you, you have to go see this. You need that kid as an excuse probably, but you should go see this show. The music, weirdly good. Basically, in this show, you are there for a party at Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Mickey and Minnie are there, and they're about to start the party when it turns out none of their friends have shown up. So you join Mickey and Minnie on a pretty cool multimedia journey around the neighborhood to see what's up with their friends and pick them up. And each of their friends has a reason why they couldn't quite make it to the show, which you find out through a little song and dance. Honestly, the choreography was awesome. The DJ, Mickey's DJ, is a live performer who does actually live sing, which was great. And the music was incredible. Before we saw the show, they told us at the media event that the songs were going to be streaming on Spotify and other places you stream your music on June 6th. And I was like, now why would I want to stream the music from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live? I will be doing that. The music was so good. Each of the songs has a totally different style, and we can't play them for you here because of copyright, but I am gonna ask my editor to play exactly 6 seconds of the beat dropping when they're at Daisy's house, because the beat drops so good.
The power went out! Oh my! Hey!
And just know, the music was good. I am excited to listen to it when it starts streaming. Now, this kicked off a whole evening of entertainment because after that, we stopped by Carthay Circle. Now, one of the focuses of this celebration is that there is scalable entertainment. So you have the big nighttime spectaculars like World of Color Happiness or Wondrous Journeys, which we'll talk about at Sleeping Beauty Castle. But then there are also smaller options. The one in Disney California Adventure is right here on Carthay Circle. It is a 2-minute show where Tinkerbell shows up and through projection effects and twinkling lights on Buena Vista Street, sort of transforms Carthay Circle. At one point, it even looks like Sleeping Beauty Castle. It is a super cute show, and it's the kind of thing that you don't really have to camp out for. You can kind of wander by, see it's happening, and stand and get a little extra magic while you're there. And from there, it was time to actually see World of Color Happiness. This happens in that big lagoon right in the middle of Disney California Adventure, and I have seen several iterations of World of Color. Every single one has been spectacular. They are so incredible. The way the lights look on the water just looks like a rainbow come to life, magic come to life right in front of you. This particular iteration of World of Color is inspired by Walt Disney's classic words, "To all who come to this happy place, welcome." And happiness is the theme for the entire celebration. The show is hosted by Joy and the Other Emotions, and of course you'll see the classic signature fountains, dynamic lighting, colorful lasers, fog, and dramatic flame effects that you may have come to know and love at World of Color. Couple of standout moments in this one. One, there is a pre-show with none other than probably the group that brings the most happiness to anyone ever, the Muppets. The Muppets are here along with Joe the Legal Weasel, to give a special message before the show, so make sure you show up on time so you don't miss the Muppets. There's also some incredible new music for this World of Color Happiness show, including Boys to Men doing an R&B rendition of Rainbow Connection. It did make me emotional. And Fitz, the lead vocalist of Fitz and the Tantrums, performing an original song for the show, Makes Me Wanna Move. And the big finale number of World of Color is a song that you'll actually hear throughout the celebration in a ton of different shows called Celebrate Happy. This is the anthem of Disneyland's 70th, and it was recorded by none other than the Jonas Brothers. So keep your ear out, Celebrate Happy, bit of an earworm. You can also stream it now. My standout moment for World of Color happiness is there's a part where the Four Town song switches immediately into Eye to Eye from a Goofy movie, and I caught the moment this happened. I caught my face on camera. I was shocked and very pleased. And that was my evening of entertainment, but don't worry, there's a lot more 70th fun to come, including some stuff that even the pros are missing. We started out our second day of 70th celebrations by checking out the new Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. Remember that Jonas Brothers song I talked about? It's back. This cavalcade is probably the biggest cavalcade that Disneyland has ever done. They called it something of a Cavalcade Plus. It's a lot more similar to cavalcades that I've seen in Disney World. So there were multiple floats in this instance and tons of characters walking in the street for this. A cavalcade is basically a mini parade, so it's an easy way to get some bite-sized fun without camping out for your spot and watching a whole long 20-minute parade. The standout characters in the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade are none other than Goofy and Max in their 70th outfits, heck yeah, for us 90 kids, and Duffy and Shelly May. Duffy the Disney Bear has returned to Disneyland. Shelly May is making her Disneyland debut, and they have their very own 70th outfits. Duffy is Mickey Mouse's teddy bear that Minnie made for him. He is the bear of happiness and luck, and he's extremely popular overseas, but we don't get to see Duffy too often here in the domestic parks, so very exciting. You can see Duffy and Shelly May during this cavalcade. But now, I won't tease it anymore. My favorite part of the event is something that everybody's walking right past and you just might miss, and it does require a little bit of a purchase if you don't have one already. There are new Magic Band Plus activations for Disneyland 70th. If you don't know, Magic Band Plus is a wristband that you can wear that holds your park ticket and has some interactions throughout the park. You might see it light up on rides, have some haptic effects as you're walking around, or light up during shows, which it does do during the 70th entertainment. I have many a Magic Band. They're a much bigger deal in Disney World than they are here in Disneyland, but Disneyland now has my favorite thing that has ever been a part of Magic Band. You can go around Disneyland to 5 different stations and looking for the Disneyland 70th Magic Band sensor. These are so cool and even result in a couple of extremely cool little souvenirs. The 5 stations can be found all around the park and each have different interactions to celebrate the 70th. You just scan your Magic Band and then something magical will happen. Now, when I was there, the Tomorrowland location wasn't ready, but the other 4 were. On Main Street, you can go to Tilly at the ticket booth at Main Street Theater and scan your band right in front of her. There's an audio effect and a little ticket will print for a final verse by the Sherman Brothers, a nod to the 70th. This is a unique souvenir that you do get to keep, and if you're a part of any special groups like a Magic Key Holder, Club 33, or Disney Vacation Club, it will even say that on your little ticket. Next, you can head to Adventureland, where you'll find the skipper lockers at Jungle Cruise, and go ahead and print your boarding pass for the Mekong Maiden. This boarding pass will list which skipper crew you are a part of, and each of them have meanings that go with your personality. So I was part of the Upstream Society, which are the folks that maybe would be more at home in a city than the jungle, but are a little bit of the upper crust of the skippers. So yes, I'm fancy as Jungle Cruise skippers go. Let's move on to Frontierland, where you can head to the Frontierland ticket station and print 3 different tickets that you get to keep. And these are high quality little tickets. They are so cute. I can't wait to put them on my bulletin board at home. You've got a ticket for the riverboat, a ticket for the train, and a ticket for the Diamond Horseshoe. Little audio effects play here, and the tickets are so cute. I love that there are 3 different ones. The final one we'll talk about is the Fantasyland stop, which does not have a special souvenir that you keep, but it is super cool. There are 5 different scan points. Each one opens one of the shields to reveal a moving diorama for one of the attractions around Fantasyland. I had a really insane interaction here with the Evil Queen, which was one of the highlights of my trip.
Oh, what happened here? Oh, Peter's never looked worse. And neither has Snow White. Who will open Snow White's? Oh, magic! Oh, no.
Looks a little familiar.
I have to go this picture. There's no correlation.
Truly, these are tucked away, so they're very easy to miss, and you can't even interact with them without a Magic Band Plus, which is a little bit pricier of a souvenir. The good news though is Magic Band Plus can be used for other things. You get those interactive haptic effects around the parks and your tickets on there, so you don't have to pull out your phone when you are scanning into the parks and things like that. So Magic Band Plus can be a nice thing to have. Still pricey, so weigh your options, but I really loved going around and looking for these 70th activations, and I think you will too. Now, luckily I did get to try a handful of some of the 70th food options, including something that I really had my eye on, which is a Fritos cream puff. So strange. This is a mocha cream puff filled with cinnamon mocha pastry cream and topped with chocolate covered corn chips. Honestly, I wish there were more corn chips. I love salty in a sweet dessert. I wish there were just more corn chips. I guess you couldn't put them inside because they get soggy, but I loved the crunch. I love the saltiness on this super sweet, so chocolatey little cream puff. Can definitely recommend this one. I also tried out 2 of the drinks, the alcoholic celebration cocktail with tequila, rum, vodka, and glittery blue raspberry lemonade topped with Sprite and garnished with a cherry. Super sweet, super celebratory. Definitely a themed cocktail that pretty much anyone will like for a sip or two, but might get a little too sweet after that. And the sparkling peach punch, which is Sprite and peach syrup with assorted popping spheres, non-alcoholic. And you can get this one with a glow cube too. This peach punch was really tasty and very refreshing, and I think kiddos will love it. Now, before we dive into our grand finale, let's talk about a couple of other offerings that you might be interested in. For one, there is a new add-on experience, the A Story of Celebration 70th Anniversary Guided Tour. It's a 2-hour walking tour about the rich history of Disneyland Park, so if you're a total Disney history buff, you might want to look into that. There are also a few new magic shots and PhotoPass experiences to keep an eye out for too. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you to look for hotel and ticket offers. There are a couple to celebrate the anniversary, and they could make your trip a lot cheaper, which is important because Disneyland is expensive. But let's talk grand finale with a trio of incredible entertainment options. For one, there is a new visual love letter to Disneyland with Tapestry of Happiness on the It's a Small World facade. This show is meant to bring all of us together through the memories we've had at the happiest place on Earth, and is a beautiful way that It's a Small World lights up throughout the night. This is a 5-minute show, so super easy to swing by and check out without taking up too much of your time. Or you can watch it right before you get to see probably the star of entertainment at the 70th. Paint the Night Parade is back. That's right, Disneyland has brought back a nighttime parade. Nothing better than a nighttime parade, and they are few and far between these days in the domestic parks. This parade features more than 1 million LED lights and tons of special effects that can only be experienced at night, which is when this parade runs. Now, you might remember Paint the Night from its original run from 2015 to 2017 for Disneyland's 60th anniversary, but it's back, baby. It starts with Tinkerbell flying in her light-up outfit and continues with so many fun floats and so many beloved characters from there. It is so cool. It is a must-see. One of my favorite parades I've ever seen. And we will cap off our celebration with a visit to Wondrous Journeys. This is a returning projection show on Sleeping Beauty Castle that on select nights will also feature fireworks. The show celebrates the legacy of Walt Disney Animation classics that inspired the original Disney Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. Projection effects can also be seen during the show on the It's a Small World facade, Rivers of America, and even, newly, in Galaxy's Edge. So wherever you're standing in the park, you're probably pretty close to being able to watch a bit of Wondrous Journeys. I've never fully stood and watched this show, and I really enjoyed it. I would recommend giving it a watch. The best place to watch it is actually a little bit further back from where you're seeing my footage, down Main Street, because there are projections all up and down Main Street. My favorite moment was seeing Baymax fly, which was so cool to see in real life. But the show in general was incredible. Amazing renditions of some of my favorite Disney songs were in this. I think if I had to rank the entertainment, World of Color, Paint the Night, Wondrous Journeys. That's objective. I'm being objective. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Whew. Well, did you get all that? So happy birthday to Disneyland. If you're still here, drop this secret code in the comments so I know you made it all the way. And don't forget to subscribe. We upload tips, challenges, info, and more from Disneyland and beyond 7 days a week, because we're serious about fun here. Thanks for watching. And happy birthday, Disneyland. I said that already, but 70's a big one. Happy birthday.